Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming to this session. How's IBTM been for you? Has it been good? Have you made a lot of connections? Because this year it's connections are everything is the theme. I made a connection right now. I met Cindy from Venue Tiger. It's finding inspirational venues. She's from the UK. It sounds awesome. I'm going to talk to her afterwards. So literally, I've made connections all the time, and that's what this exhibition is about. There you go, quite good. So just hold it a sec. Great. Okay, so yeah, I'm Damon Araki. I'm the co-founder of a platform called SHOWSLICE, which is part of the communications internet. We help large event organizers share infrastructure costs back to back. And today, I'm talking about the sharing economy tools, sharing economy, and the future of business travel. I'll get into why it's in inverted commas in a little bit, but let's talk about what is the sharing economy. So, any of us over here used Airbnb? 2. I love it. 3. That's quite a bit. How is it? Is it good? I used Airbnb. My bed's a bit uncomfortable. The blankets aren't cool. But I love Airbnb because of the choices. And it was so easy because I literally got a flat around the corner. It takes me 7 minutes to get here. It's an awesome little flat with a mezzanine, and yeah, the cost was less than any hotel. So, you know, cheap and easy and awesome. Okay, well anyway, it's in inverted commas because what is the sharing economy? Airbnb is not the sharing economy. The sharing economy is a buzzword that these companies use. The real sharing economy, a good example I found yesterday, okay, because this is the Innovation Zone, and the reason why I'm speaking is because I support MDI, who are running the Innovation Zone, and our startup SHOWSLICE actually was in the top 10 last year, and because of that, I support them. So MDI is doing some fantastic stuff. Martin Vinister from MDI was actually the first company to sign up on our platform SHOWSLICE with the Fresh conference. So I'm always supporting it. And this year, I realized, well, I actually realized it yesterday. So I came with my camera to record the session right over there. And then I thought yesterday, well, last year no one took photos of our stand. We had nothing. It was actually quite a disappointment. So I thought, I'm here. I'm not doing anything for 15 minutes. And I thought, well, why don't I use my camera and share it with the top 10 innovations? And I went around, I used my camera and my time, so I shared my camera and my time for absolutely nothing, simply because I understand it's altruism. It made me feel good because I was in the situation last year. So I'm going to give the photos. I took a lot of each stand, and I'm going to give it to the top 10. Simply because it made me feel good, and that's what I wanted. That is the true sharing economy. There was no economic value or there was no benefit for me other than that, and that is the true sharing economy. Now, what people understand about the sharing economy, talking about Uber and Airbnb, those are monetization platforms. It's basically like anything else on the internet that makes money. But what I want to do is quickly play you a video. It's 3 minutes long. It's a PricewaterhouseCoopers video about the sharing economy, and that will show you how it works. And they also put the sharing economy in inverted commas for good reason. So enjoy.
You've surely heard about the major disruption that's happening across automotive, hospitality, retail, entertainment and media, and technology landscapes. It goes by many names: collaborative consumption, access over ownership, the on-demand or peer-to-peer economy, and most commonly, the sharing economy. Whatever the label, it's a booming business. Already, the so-called sharing economy is upending business models across the globe, driving companies and consumers to rethink the use of underutilized assets. Uber operates in 250 cities worldwide. Airbnb has listings in more than 190 countries. Spotify pipes music to nearly 40 million users globally. Our survey showed that 44% of US adults are familiar with the sharing economy. And the more familiar they are with these services, the more excited they feel. Nearly 1 in 5 adults say they have participated in the sharing economy as a consumer. 7% say they have participated as a provider. Collectively, these business models are changing the way consumers think about value, assessing the impact of goods and services on their wallet, their time, and the planet. The most compelling benefits are better affordability, 86% agree, and greater convenience, 83% agree. Plus, nearly 3 in 4 consumers say it's better for the environment. But while there's momentum and optimism, there are unresolved concerns. 73% of adults say they worry that the quality of sharing economy experiences will be inconsistent. And while 89% say that the sharing economy is based on trust between providers and users, 69% say they are concerned about putting their trust in these types of services. Yet so far, these concerns appear to be speed bumps, not barriers, and traditional players should take note. Companies must recognize changes in consumer purchase behaviors and adapt their market strategy accordingly. Likewise, companies will want to examine their own assets and overhead, identifying underutilized resources that could be tapped as a potential new revenue stream. A world of collaborative opportunities is opening up as more consumers shift from ownership to access. The question is, who will capitalize most effectively? For more about how your business can succeed in the sharing economy, visit pwc.com/CIS.
So, there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. It's interesting what they touched on at the end was more the B2B sharing economy, which isn't very strong right now because it's all about competition. It's all about mine, But it's the same with now that consumers have become prosumers. It's not about owning. It's not about more. It's about sharing things. It started with eBay when we resold our items. There was a retail sharing economy thing. And what they're touching on is the future, and when it really takes on is when businesses actually embrace it. So when you've got a large parking lot at your business and you put it on a sharing economy platform and you're actually reselling underused spaces, or maybe even you have a lot of printers at your office but you don't use them as much, so you rent them out. That is the future of this so-called sharing economy. But what I want to do is, I do want a little bit more engagement from you guys. But firstly, I would like to thank you all for sitting in the front row. What I've got here is an engagement encouragement tool, okay? Or Ferrero's, if you prefer. Thank you for sitting in front, sir. Oh, very complicated to open.
Thank you.
I'll try to do this as quick as possible because I've only got 20 minutes and I'm spending a minute giving out Ferrero's right now, so oh, well done. I do really dislike time. I think it's a terrible invention. That's only for the front row. If you guys want, you will get ask a question, engage, heckle me, let's talk. That's what the session's about. These are coming to you, okay? So talk to me. And in the end, anyway, I've got 48 of them, so you'll get one. Okay, so well, basically what I'm talking about with the sharing economy, getting back into that, is interesting. So yeah, we're going to use this buzzword, sharing economy, and we'll go on. And this is a day in the life of the sharing economy, so it shows you how big this system is. Let's just go through it. So you've got money, goods, food, services, transportation, and space right now. In terms of money, Kickstarter has 55 campaigns that are successfully funded each day on the platform. Okay, so that's entrepreneurs looking, or campaigns just looking to get funding. Etsy, 247,000 items are sold on Etsy each day. In terms of food, Blue Apron actually delivers ingredients to your doorstep depending on what dinner you want to cook. They deliver 6,666 meals on Blue Apron each day. In terms of services, TaskRabbit, 25,000 plus people are making money every day on TaskRabbit. Transportation, I'm sure we all know Uber. Okay, Uber, 157,143 rides each day on Uber. And finally, as I mentioned before, Airbnb. On August the 9th, 2014, 375,000 people stayed at an Airbnb. Okay, so now at least you can see the scale of the industry. Okay, but for me, it's as I said before, it's the sharing economy is a buzzword. It's a fugazi. It's what companies are using. They're not sharing anything. They're monetizing people's assets, whether it's your car or it's your home. I'll get into some real sharing economy platforms, but it's more just a new economy using digital platforms to just share our assets or monetize our assets like eBay. And there's 4 mega trends, or there's a lot more, there's a few more than that, but there's 4 mega trends that have influenced this new economy. Okay, and the first one being technological advancements. It's now cheaper to make these platforms, much cheaper. Like when I had to make SHOWSLICE to build my platform, it was a lot cheaper than you could do that 5 years ago, because development and programming is a lot cheaper now. Also mobile phones. It's easier to access these websites through our mobile devices. So because of these advancements, that's one major mega trend. Next one is, I call it the marriage from hell. So it's the global recession coupled with the increase in population growth. You know, this actually happened around about 2008 in the UK, and goods and services are now cheaper online, so you can hire your neighbor's lawnmower, or you can use an Uber car that's just around the corner. You don't have to call a taxi company that's coming from farther away. So, you know, that's a second influence. Third one is global warming. So there's a pressing unresolved environmental concerns. Okay, and also there's an increase in corporate social responsibility from corporates. But you know, I mean, sharing assets, time, labor, or even solid waste obviously has a positive impact on the environment. So that's the thing. And last but not least, this is my favorite one, the connectivity. Now, because of the internet, because of the Facebook, because of the LinkedIn, we are more open. So thanks to the World Wide Web, we are now sharing our assets. I mean, we've gone from the world of bytes to the world of atoms. We are now sharing our assets, you know, as well, as I mentioned before. But if you think of it this way, before the year 2000, we were learning on how to get on the internet. After the year 2000, we were learning how to connect with each other on the internet, Facebook's, Twitter, LinkedIn. And now we're moving into learning how to connect with each other off the internet through the internet platforms. Okay, so that is what's happening right now. And it's all because of connectivity. So those are the 4 influences for this mega trend that we see happening right now. So I believe the sharing economy is dead. Okay, it's a buzzword. I actually use it to sell SHOWSLICE because everybody knows what the sharing economy is, Airbnb. I use it, but it's not the right term. And a good example, just so you know, does anyone know what that is? Couchsurfing. It was an amazing concept, okay? It was free for students to go anywhere in the world and sleep on people's couch. It started in 2003, 2011, liquidated, and it's just joined the capitalist market, okay? But it was a great concept. But you see that happen a lot because money talks, and you know, it's hard to get rid of the capitalist system. But there's still a lot of websites that actually do sharing. Be Welcome is hospitality sharing, it's still free. And then you have Love Home Swap, which you actually swap. It's more like time sharing swapping, your home with someone else's home, very cool. And Blah Blah Cards is a ride sharing company. So you know, there are still these real sharing economy platforms out there, but you know, as I said, money talks, and the big players are just big because they make money. And to give you a good example, SHOWSLICE, I mean, we're not a social enterprise. We help large events share infrastructure costs, or VIP, so they have to have some sort of money to begin with. You know, so we're not a social enterprise, but what we do is we bring events together. And this is an example. 2 weeks ago we had our first slice. This is at Yilton Park Lane, and it was Women of the Future Awards with London Lifestyle Awards. And yeah, this shows actually corporations starting to share. So if you look at it, actually, you got KPMG, Shell, Visa. They don't even realize that they are indirectly sharing with London Lifestyle Awards, which had actually some food and automotive brands. But yeah, it's easy. So they are sharing, but they don't really care about the sharing and the sustainability just yet. It is about saving time, saving money, getting these products fast and cheap, which is what it is basically. But as I said, sharing economy don't use that word if you can. Talk about smart city solutions. Okay, and actually there's an expo right next door. I would have gone. I tried to go yesterday. They wanted €100 from me. I'm like, bit difficult, but I'm probably going to go next year. It's interesting. Even Airbnb is not exhibiting here; they're actually exhibiting there. So it's an interesting idea to think about. And smart city solutions, Shell actually awarded us. Shell Livewire awarded SHOWSLICE as a smart city sustainable solution for events. So they didn't even mention the word sharing economy. So that's what we're talking about. Smart city solution, and a good one is Uber. And it's interesting. Even Uber has partnered with Starwood and actually do a preferred guest ride. So it's interesting how these large corporations actually use these sharing economy platforms. And you've got Airbnb, which actually competes against Starwood. And I believe Marriott just took on Starwood to become an international brand right now. So Marriott is working with Uber. So they do work side by side. They are one and the same thing. And where the hell is Uber? You know, I arrived. I couldn't understand why my Uber app wasn't working. And last night I had to wait in the street for a cab to come past, and I hailed the cab, and then and I asked the guy, who was an awesome Pakistani guy, and I said I couldn't use Uber. I'm sorry, I wanted to use Uber, but I'm using you now. And I had a bit of a conversation with him, and it's very interesting. So I thought I'll record it and play it for you guys now. I know we're running out of time, but I think we can wing it.
So you say you like Uber because
I liked it very much because. And in this economic situation right now I am, for example, the license is €130,000, and if you go to a bank so that they give you €130,000, you should have 25% of this 130,000.
Okay, yeah.
So that makes about 40,000 euros, and I don't have this.
So then Uber allowed you to?
Yeah, and Uber allowed me, if I have a car, a good car, which they actually passes on their special characteristics.
Yeah.
And they allow me to work with them, and I could earn a little bit more money than I'm earning.
It was
by
good.
Working for somebody.
It was good because it democratized the economy. It made it made smaller scale entrepreneurs. So it made you with your own business.
Exactly.
But the problem is, because you weren't paying tax, obviously the government is going to put it to bed. It's going to stub it out. Yeah.
And at the same time, those cab drivers who are owners of the cabs or the licenses, they were feeling that if Uber gets more famous, more and more people will try to get Uber.
Yeah.
And the money they have spent for their business, for example, €130,000, they will lose the worth of their.
I understand that, and that's why in Spain they lost the court case.
Yeah.
Because of the tax issue, right?
Yeah.
Not because it was faster or cheaper or better for maybe you as an entrepreneur or the locals, but because of the tax, which does make sense. That is a system we live in. So now you can still use My Taxi, which is an app, and you can also use Halo in Spain, right?
If for example, if our cab is going to work with the My Taxi, and they give us a job, they take their percentage from, for example, €2 or €3 for a service.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean, so the future came to Spain and was taken away.
And was taken away.
Well, thank you.
So the reason why I showed you that is interesting to actually see. Now Uber, as I say, it's all about making money. But in actual fact, it's social in the sense that it's creating these micro entrepreneurs, and it's doing a lot for the locals. And he actually works for the taxi company that you use outside, but he loves Uber. He loves the concept. But obviously Uber lost the court case, so they were here for a year. They're not here this year, but apparently they found another way into the marketplace. They're using some luxury vehicles that are licensed and things like that. So they will always find a way, because there's a massive market for Uber in this country, both on supply and demand level. But I just thought it's interesting, and for you guys to know, and we're here to talk about travel tools. If you want to travel, or you want to use a tool, download My Taxi or Halo, and you'll still be able to use the same cabs that are out there, but through an app. Okay, so that's where my point of that. So tools you can use. Now, as I said, forget shared economy. When you talk about travel tools, there's a lot of travel tools you can use. I believe Booking.com is one of my favorite. They're actually also doing people's properties now, so they are basically becoming Airbnb, and that's what we want. We want our tools in the same place. We don't care about whether it's Airbnb or not. It's just having the option of hotel rooms versus anything else. And then you have, Expedia, Airbnb, Uber, the transportation, and Hail and My Taxi, as I mentioned, and then food, of course. So when you sleep, we need to ride and we need to eat. And these are good. And Uber Eats actually, when they got banned to the court case, Uber Eats is still available, so you can get food delivered to yourself or to your event using Uber Eats from a local restaurant. So that's quite interesting. In London, Deliveroo is quite big, and Grubhub, I think, has got 30,000 restaurants in 800 cities. So there's a lot of tools you all can use. And the future of business travel. I mean, this is interesting now because I was speaking to my friend Scott, and Scott Hope over here. He's got an augmented reality business, AR experiential, and I did a presentation on Tuesday about the three industrial revolutions, and he mentioned a fourth industrial revolution. I want to throw this thing. It was a catch box. I want to throw it. So I just want Scott. Scott, could you mention what you spoke about end-to-end user with the manufacturing?
Working? Yeah. Got to speak right into the box on this. Yeah, so we were talking about the fourth industrial revolution, or Industry 4.0 as Germans like to call it. We're talking about end-to-end digitization of supply chains, or to a point demand chains, because it's customer-led, so it's mass customization and all these kind of things. So you think, how is this relevant to the services sector when it's industrial? Yes, it's primarily associated with manufacturing and industrialization, digitalization of supply chains and manufacturing. But from a sharing economy perspective, and from perspective of travel, if you're in travel planning and you're looking at brokering deals for hotel rooms for like 30 or 40 delegates or whatever your responsibility in travel planning might be, we've got agencies, we've got tools, we've got online tools, we've got Trivago, and we've got all the different agency structures and all different commission structures. But essentially, there's still a lot of people in the chain. And I think what you're coming on to, Damien, is that in the travel industry, the travel agency, as we know it, is going to go. We're going to see Industry 4.0 move into this sector, where we actually have a scenario where we are truly putting the power directly in the hands of the company who's operating an app. So you have an end-to-end app which potentially does everything for you and interfaces directly with all the systems. So we use this end-to-end digitalization across different platforms, across different companies, and you have a true system cutting out the middleman.
But that's right. I mean, if you look at now, travel agencies do this for us. They use global distribution systems and they use computer registration systems. I mean, the future is going to be, it's going to be so more connected. We're going to have an app that looks after apps, that you just put in what you want straight away and it gets you what you want. And that is the future, where it all comes together. And I mean, we just started building these platforms. We're just starting getting it together, and the future is a simple two-tap app, really, for our business travel needs. So that's going to happen, I feel. Tips on how to use this new economy, and this is very important. We're almost done, by the way. So have them understand the tech. So have a mobile device, be connected to the internet, and use the apps. Okay, use the apps, download the apps, utilize them. That's very important. People don't realize until they've used it how great it is. So do that. Very simple. Important. Trust the platforms, I mean, when Match.com came out, nobody wanted to put their information on, their personal information of who they would prefer as a personal relationship or a potential love relationship. And these platforms are designed for consumer protection, just like any other product. Okay, so they put that, it's on the top. So the platforms always protect your identity. Like SHOWSLICE, for example, is very confidential, non-disclosure agreements. No one knows who you are. So if Justin Bieber's doing an event next year, Barclays spending £500,000 on an event, no one's going to know it's them. They are designed to protect you. And so you bear that in mind and just do it. Use the internet, get out there more. And also be flexible. the more flexible you are, the more choice there is. Like I said, Airbnb, I'm not too chuffed about my duvets in my bed, but I'm still happy. So I'm flexible and I'm reaping the benefits. Okay? And yeah, before we go, it's just important. It's a quote that inspired me by Buckminster Fuller. And as an entrepreneur, it inspired me, but you use it just in your personal life to consider. And if you want to change something, don't attack the existing reality, okay? Instead, build a new model that makes the old one irrelevant. So understand that just change the way you do things. It's about changing our buying culture. And if we change our buying culture, we will benefit from that, okay? And I believe we are done. Does anybody have any questions? Now please ask questions. Don't worry about being ridiculous, because I'm ridiculous all the time. But come on, ask a question. Anything. Ask me how my Airbnb was. So who was on you in Airbnb?
I thought about it all the time.
So you haven't used one?
We haven't used that one, but for friends we have.
Okay, but the personal experience, Airbnb?
Yeah,
Share with us. Catchbox.
Hello. Hi. Oh, I'm staying in an Airbnb right now. It's the third time I've done it in a business travel sort of scenario. And I think it's great. You have to be flexible though. So like our Wi-Fi is not, as strong as it could be. I can still do emails, but I can't, stream videos and things like that. So I think flexibility I really like that point because it's important.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, well done.
And I think the existing models will, thank you. Do I get two?
Yes, absolutely. You do get two. You get two, and you get a third one to share with somebody.
Okay.
And make a connection.
So would you like another? Oh no, we should pass it back. Okay, anyway.
Share the love.
I just wanted to add that, existing models are not going to go away. Taxi cabs and hotels are not going to go away because, not everybody can be flexible about their duvets and their Wi-Fi. So, that kind of stuff is always going to be around, I think. So those industries don't have to worry, I think, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, great, man. Thank you. And this is Alyssa from In It Live, Top 10 Innovations. They won this year. It's an awesome little platform and app. Please check it out right over there. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much for doing the session on the share economy. Have a lovely time, guys. Remember, connections are everything. Okay. Go forth. But whatever you do, in the end, always share. Okay? Yeah, for everyone that came. There you go, guys. Pass it on. Enjoy. Pass it on. Thank you.